Tyler Eifert has found a new home after many seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals, many ups, many downs, many injury-riddled seasons. Tyler Eifert has found his way to the Jacksonville Jags and is reunited with Jay Gruden, who is also in Jacksonville, and I'm sure had a big-time influence on this move by Jacksonville. Tyler Eifert, they've been working diligently on signing this contract for quite a bit, and Doug Marrone has stated that he really wanted this tight end position to be filled by somebody at least competent. It's been a while since Jacksonville's had a competent tight end, and that's exactly what Tyler Eifert's going to give them. And I'm actually intrigued to see how Tyler Eifert looks this season, because he's going to be healthier this season than in any season I can remember, at least going into the season. He was actually reliable in terms of playing a large portion of the snaps last year and consistently being on the field. You know, this was his first season ever last year in 2019, playing 16 games. He didn't play as many snaps as a traditional number one tight end would play, but you know, at least he played those 16 games. He went through the season unscathed, throughout no injuries, right? So this year, I mean, if there's a year for him to ever get back to his true potential, which we saw glimpses of at times throughout the early portion of his career, it would be 2020. He's only going to be 30, which I don't think is unreasonable to say that Eifert can be at least, let's say, a top 15 tight end next year. And I feel like last year he had some success, 43 catches, 436 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this was coming off multiple seasons of injury, like 3 seasons in a row where his season was ended early. So for him to finally play that 16 games, it's going to give him a ton of confidence. He's going to go through an entire training camp without having to worry about being injured and going through the whole injury process and the rehab. And he's going to be able to work with his team. He knows the offense already. I feel like he's going to instantly become a favorite target of Minshew because he's tall, he's great in the red zone, and he's going to work the middle of the field. And even at times last year, I saw him succeed in the ways that he used to in going up and snagging balls in the end zone and making plays over the middle of the field. Cincinnati, he was a Pro Bowler in 2015. At 25 years old, he had 52 catches, 615 yards, and 13 touchdowns in 13 games. He had 13 touchdowns in 13 games that year, which was pretty outstanding, and that was his best season as a pro. As a rookie, he played 15 games, 39 catches, 445 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Those have been his 2 best statistical years. Last year was his 3rd best. He's just dealt with so many seasons. He's had so many seasons missed, basically entire career missed. Because of injury. So Tyler Eifert, you know, he's pretty much been known as this Band-Aid, known as this injury-prone player. But I think if there's a place for him to succeed, anyone stopping him from becoming the favorite target of his quarterback. I mean, Jacksonville, DJ Chark is probably their true number 1. Westbrook's their number 2 receiver. But it's not like they have like a Julio or somebody of that stature that's going to get all the attention from their quarterback and as the go-to guy. So I feel like Eifert, what he does snaps, looking at his snap counts from last year, let's just take a look. They really used him just sparingly. He played 45% of snaps. So like he's going to be a guy that when he's on the field, he's a threat to catch the football, to make a play. But you're wanting to keep him as fresh as possible because he's gone through all these seasons of injury. Like in 2015, he played 71% of the snaps. He's probably not going to play 71% of the snaps. I would think that he plays somewhere between 40 to 65% of the snaps. He's not going to play over that. And like I said, where he's going to be essential to this offense is in the red zone, where they definitely need a target in the red zone. I mean, they don't really have anybody that's tall that can go up and get it, and Minshew is a pretty accurate guy, if anything, and can definitely throw it up there and make a play. And Tyler Eifert still showed that in one-on-one catch situations, he can still succeed, even if he's lost a little bit of his athletic prowess in terms of speed or quickness. He still has enough in the tank where he can function as that one-on-one jump ball guy or just body a linebacker or a safety and catch it inside. He can do all those things. He's not an excellent blocker either, so that's part of the reason he doesn't play as many snaps, but he's a really good receiving tight end, and I think hopefully he can stay fresh, he can stay on the field, and we can see him succeed once again in the NFL. So Tyler Eifert to the Jags. I like the move. I like the contract. Yes, you got to be worried about him being injured, but with his potential and with his fit in this offense, which has already been there before, you can see really that thriving for Jacksonville. So this is actually one of the better moves of their offseason so far, in my opinion.